Okay, I guess we're live. Let me just wait for the YouTube link to catch up so I can pause it because it's irritating when you catch yourself. There we go. Whew, that was less embarrassing.
Yeah.
In 1987, a Thanksgiving tradition began when a pay-per-view was set up for the sole purpose of the WrestleMania 3 rematch between then WWF champion Hulk Hogan and the eighth wonder of the world, the late Andre the Giant. In the 3 decades since this first mid-80s pay-per-view, there have been legendary matches like Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart, debuts.
I was there.
Interesting. Debuts of iconic wrestlers such as The Rock when he debuted as Rocky Maivia, to Kurt.
I was there for that as well.
Sweet. To Kurt Angle at the 1999 Survivor Series, which was also the infamous event where Austin got ran over. To one of the...
I did it for The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
To one of the most legendary debuts in The Undertaker.
That's right.
And one very controversial night in 1997 that still has people talking to this day between two men that couldn't stand each other in script and in real life. Of course, I am referring to the Montreal Screwjob. Survivor Series has seen... Yes?
Will there be a Toronto Screwjob?
Oh, man.
No.
Let's hope not.
No.
Please, God, no.
Here's hoping not.
Survivor Series has seen many controversies in its existence. What controversy will take place tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, children of all ages, RawDown Rebound presents to you its Survivor Series Preview Panel! The Logical 92, the Raiden, and the Walking Wikipedia of Wrestling, A-Log! Oh, God, that hurt my throat!
I'll send you a lot.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I need a drink of that.
Me too.
Yeah, we need a little bit of velocity.
That took a while, yeah.
Oh,
Down the
mother
road,
hugger.
dog, just in case. The new Age Outlaws.
And of course,
It is glorious!
with that, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
Enough with the merriment. All right.
Oh, bro.
I'm going to start with...
Oh, this is our... I like to point out that this is the first time we're doing this since the new brand split.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's forgotten about it.
Lord knows I have.
Brand split still sucks.
Anyway.
See my favorite wrestlers once a week.
Anyway, I'm going to start
Especially
with...
Superman.
I'm going to start with the only match that has no interpromotional implications whatsoever. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg.
Oh, dear Lord.
Why? Why?
It's WrestleMania 20 all over again.
Yeah,
God,
the less
never
we
mind
say
me.
about that pay-per-view, the better.
Oh.
Jeez Louise. But we got to do this.
Unfortunately.
On paper, this has all the elements of an explosive blockbuster of a match and hopefully something that can help us forget the aforementioned snooze fest that was their previous encounter at WrestleMania 20, in which the only notable highlight was the guest referee, who is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
God bless that man.
Go, go!
X24 Ryder has said on multiple occasions how that stunk the joint out, as they could have put on a decent match given their ring prowess at the time. Ryder, if you happen to be listening, how are you?
How are you, dude? Stunk up the joints because both of them were leaving. Everybody knew it.
Exactly.
That whole.
Yeah. And both of them didn't even give a damn.
Nope.
It was so freaking lazy, man.
But this is where a little reality comes into play. It's been 12 years since that match, and we don't know what kind of match condition Goldberg is in, as there could be some ring rust. Sure, at 49 years young, he still has an incredible physique that would have most men half his age envious. But there's looking good, and then there's wrestling good.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Lesnar's limited appearance since returning in 2012, is likely to be more in shape than the former WCW champion. This is where I'm borrowing a page from the book of XCR. There's what I think will happen, what I want to happen, and what I'm afraid will happen. Number one, what I think will happen is Brock Lesnar will get frustrated that Goldberg keeps denying him a win and purposely gets himself DQ'd out of frustration. Two, what I want to happen is for Goldberg to win clean and take Brock down a notch, because, let's all face it, Brock has needed to come down from his pedestal for a little while now.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
And then there's what I'm afraid will happen is that Lesnar will do his repetitive routine of suplex, repeat, and not allow Goldberg to get a look in, which makes for a boring match as there has to be give and take.
I am so tired of Suplex City. Let me tell you that right now.
So, ideally, I want Goldberg to win, but I have my doubts. Raiden, you have the floor.
Okay. Let me get this off my chest right there and right now.
Uh-oh.
I am sick and tired of Suplex City, man. There are so many people that are better to suplex than Brock, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Brock is a freak of an athlete. He can do more.
Oh,
damn
heck
freak.
yeah.
He, especially his match against Kurt Angle. But
just for context, are we talking WrestleMania 19, SummerSlam 2003, or the Iron Man match they had in September of that year?
I will say all three. I mean, I feel like Brock definitely gave it his all. I mean, he did belly-to-belly suplexes. I mean, you name it, he's done it. Not to mention almost killing himself at WrestleMania 19.
I was about to say, that was just stupid on his part.
I know.
Oh, yeah, with that shooting star press. I think that's the reason why Brock Lesnar's the way he is. So, like, all right, I'm going to do the shooting star plex. Watch me fly, punk. Years later.
Brock,
Yeah.
how many times have I told you not to do that?
Oh my God, it's not funny. Now, as I was saying, look, I kind of still like Brock Lesnar, but in the meantime, I just half the time hate him completely. Mostly because he doesn't put real people over. I mean, you don't see half of the main roster, who are really talented, by the way, sans others, take him to the limit.
Yeah.
And what do we get in return? Live shows, not TV shows.
Yeah.
Now with Goldberg, there are some times I like him and kind of don't like him with his limited skill set. I mean, there's other people who can do that, but his spear and jackhammer are one of the most powerful things I've ever seen in history.
Oh yes.
Oh,
especially the spear he gave to Jericho at SummerSlam 03. Oh God.
That was devastating.
Jericho at Judgment Day 03.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, with the whole match in general, in a way, I was kind of looking forward to it since Goldberg was kind of working out and all that stuff. And it's saying he has ring rust and, Lesnar with his lazy self. Yeah, this is new from the start. So, the winner, I don't know. I probably see Shane McMahon getting involved with that since Brock Lesnar F5'd him at SummerSlam after he bludgeoned Orton.
Do you make a good point there? And it doesn't really paint Lesnar in a good light. It's, since he kind of just shows up when he needs the money, so he's basically a younger version of Hulk Hogan.
Ugh.
Oh.
Sad but true.
He is right.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why he always wants the guaranteed win at the big pay-per-views, because that equals big money.
I just want someone to push him over the limit, not just other ones.
Money.
I mean, just big stars, really? Are you that freaking selfish to give the other younger, well, not really younger, but veterans of the indies a spot like the Swiss Superman, who can basically swing him, uppercut him, lift him, and do the freaking neutralizer? That will be gold. Should have happened in 2014, in my opinion. Not Cena.
But it's a little too, but too little, too late.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We still love you, Cesaro.
Me too, bro.
He's a guy that is so underrated. It's not even funny.
And the last hangout, I was in a tizzy seeing my man just getting bastardized on Monday Night Raw every time. And the crap that Mick Foley did to him with him and Sheamus tag teaming, I'm like, Mick, why, man?
I did come up with a good tag team name for them.
What you got?
The European Odd Couple.
I can see that. Or the Euro Odd Couple.
The Euro
Odd
couple,
couple?
yeah. It's kind of like Daniel Bryan, the name I gave Daniel Bryan and Kane when they were tag teaming. And instead of
No,
Team
that's
Hell
the
No, I
Hellish
call them the Hellish Odd Couple.
Well, since you chimed in there, A-Log, your 2 cents.
Okay, I will admit I survived the snooze fest of their first encounter back in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And my hopes are a little bit on the uneven side. On the one hand, you have Brock Lesnar, a man who could do suplexes, but I already know that is the true suplex machine, and that man is Taz.
Yep.
Don't forget Kurt Angle as well.
Of course.
On the other hand, I've always admired Goldberg. I mean, sure, I can't forgive him for what he did to Bret Hart, causing his retirement and all that.
That was stiff.
He has a great personality, and the guy popular with a whole lot of fans.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not to mention the fact, and I'm sorry because I'm getting a little bit distracted because I'm getting messages on Facebook left and right because I forgot to put
no problem.
Pardon me a moment. I mean, sure, you got Brock Lesnar, who Brock Lesnar's been in the ring a little bit more, although not as much, than our man Goldberg. Goldberg has been in the ring since Since and 4. Yeah. So you can expect some ring rust, or at least him being winded. I'm hoping he won't be winded as The Rock in their last encounter.
Oh,
Remember that?
Oh, Lord. Terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what a fall! Yeah, what a fall from grace that guy had. I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna say that Goldberg wins. They might try, although they might have Dear, but if Goldberg wins, we can expect Brock Lesnar to go ape. Shane McMahon would try to get involved, but had no other choice but to fire Brock. But again, that's just a prediction. I'd be surprised if that would actually be true. So Goldberg for the win for me. I just want to see him at least, win in his last match at least.
All right.
If it's his last match.
Well, in this business, never say never.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
K92, you're up.
Well, the only way I can see this match being any good of all is if it's either one of them actually gives a damn from last time. So the way I'm seeing this,
Pretty much.
yeah. So the way I'm seeing this, I'm probably gonna lean towards Lesnar for the win at this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Up next, the traditional Survivor Series match. Now, just for A-Log's benefit, we will not refer to them as Team Raw or Team SmackDown because we don't want to be reminded of Twilight. So, how about this? The Raw Warriors
It's been
and the
years.
SmackDown Soldiers.
I like it.
I like that. Raw Warriors versus SmackDown Soldiers. I love it. It's like a traditional name. An X24 Rider, we're doing this for you, buddy. He also loves the team names as well.
Bear me a second. I'm kind of jumping on a bit of candy here.
Choco, choco, choco. Give me some choco.
You say chocolate makes you smarter.
Damn straight it does.
more. Right.
That's what I love. Nestle Crunch Scrumptious.
Right. If this is done right, you could see a decent 5-star match with the array of talent on display with this Survivor Series match. However, I think egos will come into play on both sides as both GMs and commissioners have assembled very talented players for their respective sides, but there are elements where people will try to put themselves over others. Examples being in Jericho and Owens, who, while talented athletes, are so full of themselves, it makes Simon Cowell look modest.
Hilarious.
I think what will happen, given The Undertaker's appearance last Tuesday, I think he will play a role in the outcome and cost Raw the match, since he has declared that he's hanging his hat on SmackDown and that he's kind of underlined, you guys better win or there's hell to pay.
Oh boy.
And by that, I'm not talking
And
about
nobody
McMahon.
wants to
And
screw
by
with
extension, I'm not talking about McMahon's to pay.
I see what you did there.
All right. A-Log, what is your take on the Raw Warriors versus the SmackDown Soldiers?
Okay, let's take a look at what's on the teams here. Take a look. On the Raw Warriors side, you have Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, both members of the Shield there.
Yep.
Kevin Owens, the Universal Championship.
I still think that title's stupid.
Same.
I've grown to at least appreciate it. They could at least make a better design, but the name sounds good.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho, or in the case of Jericho and Owens, I'd call them the used in TNA, but it feels appropriate. The Bromance. And of course, Braun Strowman, the former member of the Wyatt family.
And is also a former Rosebud.
Yeah, that's a mind blown right there.
I forgot about that. Real talk.
Surprise. And then you got the team members on the SmackDown Soldiers. You got Dean Ambrose, the world champion, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt. You got a man who's so damn bland, Randy Orton. And I would say Baron Corbin, but unfortunately he got injured by Kalisto. So for some odd reason, we got Shane McMahon wrestling again.
To be fair, though, and I will shoot down people saying, oh, he's too old. It's like, can you see too many people his age moving the way he does? I mean, Shane moves around like he's still in his late 20s.
Yeah.
I even saw a video when he kept up with No Way Jose.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
NXT at MSG. Now, if I ever move back to New York, I would love to see that. Anyway, to get back on point here, with who is who on each team, you got to figure out who would have the bigger advantage here. Do you have the Raw Warriors or the SmackDown Soldiers? Based on the dynamics of the team, I'm gonna have to go with the SmackDown. I'm gonna have to go with the SmackDown Warriors because there's a little bit too much combustible elements with the Raw Warriors, because you got like big egos combined with both Kevin Owens and you got US champion Roman Reigns, who we're not even sure if they're actually going to coexist after this, since Seth's now a good guy. And let's not forget about Braun Strowman. He might get himself either disqualified or just out. He's like screw this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. So my vote goes down with the SmackDown. Goes down with the SmackDown soldiers, because at least with their combustible elements, at least they'll be able to try to get along. Me not being a big fan of AJ. Plus, they got James Ellsworth. I think Don Tony and Kevin Castle have referred to as the 1, 2, 3 kid of our generation. Started out as a jobber, now becoming a part of the main roster, after getting an upset. You know the deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Just getting this trending. Weaviles joined us in the comments section. Apparently, I've just made the list. It's like, well, dude, you can get my shopping list whilst you're at it.
Yeah, I'll give you my Christmas list. Well,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get the hashtag trending Warriors versus SmackDown Soldiers. And Weavile, bro, love you. You know your family, but I don't see you coming up with anything better. Just heard some Soldier that way.
Oh wait, I just thought of something. It's obvious. If this is too obvious a joke, Chris Jericho. With the holidays coming up.
Yep.
Imagine Chris Jericho as Santa Claus.
Oh my God. It will be one of the most hilarious things ever.
You're gonna be having a whole lot of coal.
Yeah. You know what happens to naughty children when they become naughty? You know what happens? You just made the list.
Oh man.
Just everybody.
Hey, wait till Thanksgiving's over.
Oh God.
Yeah, then you got Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the $1 million man's gonna be all like, nah, the money's gonna be all mine. I gave out my thoughts. It's gonna be SmackDown Soldiers for me.
Co-92.
Yeah, judging by the way this is going to turn out to be, I'm leaning towards SmackDown for the win. I think they have the advantage over Raw, to be honest.
But like us, you think egos are going to play a factor in this?
I could see that, seeing as how Owens and Jericho don't get along with Reigns and Rollins, and of course Strowman is not on neither side.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What does the wise Raiden have to say?
All right. Well, let me be the first to say it is so good to see the traditional Survivor Series match be more important.
Amen.
Because last year was atrocious, man. Atrocious. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
The way they did the Undertaker, man. Oh God. I mean,
you have one side of creepy against another side of creepy. How do you screw that up?
Dude, modern WWE creative.
I know.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. But okay. As a longtime fan of SmackDown, it is good to see SmackDown a little bit better than Raw, even though they have a little bit flaws. Especially the mid-card, but I'll get to that later. But A-Log definitely worded it perfectly. Owens and Jericho, two of the most cockiest people you ever meet. Entertaining, but cocky. It will definitely clash with Rollins and Reigns. Strowman, I will admit, I have not been the biggest fan of Strowman ever since he came in. I like his submission, but that was pretty much it. His agility has improved, so he got me there. So it's a pretty well-built team.
Mhm.
SmackDown, on the other hand, you got a little bit of rising stars / veterans.
Yep.
And Styles, Orton, Ambrose, and of course you got your newcomer-ish in Wyatt and well, I won't say Shane a veteran, but okay, he is a veteran. Sorry, messed up thinking. But
He's a very youthful veteran.
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I see this play out, I'm gonna go with SmackDown, but I can definitely see creative messing this up, giving it to the wrong winner, like what happened at Hell in a Cell main event.
Yep.
Banks, Charlotte.
Mhm.
Match was okay, but ending sucked.
I will
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
I saw that ending for that Sasha Banks Charlotte match. It's like, wait, what? That's it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of who won that match, the ladies proved they could hang in Hell in a Cell. They more than got my respect for that because that was badass.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
The spots were cool.
Now, if we can
Yeah.
see them in their own Money in the Bank ladder match.
That
I
would work.
did notice that Charlotte did kind of pull a little too tight on Sasha's ring gear. I'm like, Sasha, I don't think we're supposed to see that much of you.
Let me tell you, on Facebook, it was the highlight of every people's night. Let me tell you.
Damn straight it was.
I still think Sasha should have won that. That's just a personal gripe with me because I will not deny.
Yeah.
Blame it on the 50-50 booking.
I will not deny that Charlotte is an amazingly gifted athlete, but then again, look who her father was. You know, that's pretty much a gift given. But
Right.
Yeah.
if I had to pick the superstar or like the token, when I say Trish Stratus type, you know, the wrestler who has that it factor, the complete package, Sasha, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
She's got that presence. She's got the mannerisms because Charlotte has the ring presence, but she needs to work on her mic work a little bit more because Sasha got it.
I
She,
always
you know,
tune into hip hop when it comes to Charlotte talking.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice, and this is something that somebody pointed out at an interview at WWE Battleground when the interviewer was interviewing her and Bailey. When the interviewer was talking to Bailey, you could see Sasha not saying it out loud, but she actually dropped the B-bomb. But people literally like, ooh.
What?
Wait,
Yeah, if
she
you
said that
actually
to
go back
me.
and watch that, you'll just see her, you know, look at the interviewer and say, bitch, but you don't hear her say it. So you have to be able to lip read. I'm like, ooh, someone's salty there.
Yeah.
Damn. But that said, oh dear, We Files had something to say.
Oh boy.
SmackDown needs to win
boy.
because they need more stars. Agreed. The show's
Oh,
roster is more
definitely.
shallow than a kiddie pool.
Yes.
I'm not touching that. That's nasty, dude.
Oh, what? Oh, God. Oh, God. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. Oh, God.
Sheldon.
No.
Like, Wevo, I'm not covering you for that, dude. No, sorry. That's just wrong. The past few Survivor Series have been terrible, to be honest. I will agree with him on that.
Mostly.
Do not remind me of the Boston Screw job that really irked me, everyone. Ditto MJ, Sasha should have won. She only lost because they want to keep Charlotte undefeated on pay-per-view and mega events.
Lord, I don't know why.
Good lord. So Charlotte's supposed to be having like a major undefeated streak. So are we going to see Charlotte start to come out to Goldberg's entrance and doing his theme entrance?
Good Lord, no. It'll be funny, but still no.
Nah.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or try to be like the Undertaker with the WrestleMania undefeated streak.
Oh,
Pay-per-views.
actually, I could see Charlotte wearing Taker's gear. That I could see that. Yeah. But like I say, Weaver, in future, don't go posting comments like that. That's the sort of thing that gets people raising a few eyebrows, dude. So just heads up, don't do that again. That's
That's a touchy subject.
to quote Jaleel, that's no good.
No good.
I swear, dude, you sound so much like Jaleel White's version of Sonic. It's uncanny.
I have a deep voice at times.
Seriously, dude, it's a major compliment. You could be a decent sound-alike for him easily. Right. Has everybody covered the Raw Warriors versus SmackDown Soldiers?
I did.
Yeah.
I think I did. There's one thing I had to say.
Go ahead.
Like I said, I will say, you know how the creative is. They will give it to the wrong person. I'm kind of hoping SmackDown will win, but I could definitely see a screw job coming for, I don't know, either or SmackDown. And I don't know if I want to take Monday Night Raw with Stephanie the Succubus talking.
The Succubus.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm not sure you could be able to compare her to Morgan and Lilith from Darkstalkers. They might be insulting.
Oh, no. Not those two. I mean, taking the manhood and just putting it in a box so the man will not defend themselves like Austin back in the day.
Josie's Evelyn Harper from 2.5 Men.
Yes.
Huh.
That is a good comparison right there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I liked it that one episode where Alan's going down the list of all the things that Charlie is afraid of. Let's see the things you're afraid of. Birds, spiders, pregnant women, and mom.
Mom.
Yeah.
I miss
Looks like
old school 2.5 Men.
Oh god. All right. We'll move on to the next. We'll move on to the next card.
All right.
Yeah.
Another traditional Survivor Series match. I don't have a nickname for this specifically, so I'll let A-Log come up with one when he gets to his turn. There's a challenge for you, dude. Come up with nicknames for these ones. We have Raw being represented by The New Day with Big E and/or Kofi Kingston and/or Xavier Woods. Sheamus and Cesaro, the King of the Swing. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Enzo L'Amore and Big Cass, possibly the most underrated team on Raw right now.
How you doing?
And the Shining Stars, Primo and Epico versus the team of SmackDown, Slater and Rhino, the Hype Brothers, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, American Alpha, basically Team Angle Reborn.
Love those guys.
Jordan and Chad Gable.
Oh yeah.
The Usos, who've gone about heel.
I love it.
And Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and
Who are now the Fashion Police.
the Fashion Police. Wasn't it? Was it Fashion Police? Hey, Log, you might be able to back me up on this. Wasn't there a segment on Some Guys Next Door back in the day where they called themselves the Fashion Police?
So.
Yeah, I just remember that there was this like sort of early teen magazine that they used to put out on maybe Cartoon Network or the Children's Channel back in the day in the early 90s. It was just this show called There's Some Guys Next Door. And you just see the two of the stars like, we're the Fashion Police. Ooh, nice outfit. And you see like going into the streets saying to people like, you're arrested for bad taste and all this jazz. There's something that comes to mind about that. I don't know.
No, don't really remember
Anyway.
that show, to be honest.
Same.
I think this will be equally as good as the other male Raw versus SmackDown match. But given the amount of people in this match with regards to tag teams, I can only presume that the rule of once a member of one team is eliminated, so too is the other member of that tag team. One example of this, and I'm sure ALO can verify this too, Armageddon 1999 in a tag team battle royale that would determine the New Age Outlaws' opponents for Royal Rumble 2000. Once one member was over the ropes, that other member had to head back to the locker room with them. And the winners of that battle royale was the APA, who would like to remind you not to take this ass whooping personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think Raw will likely get the win, as in all honesty, Raw needs some momentum given ratings and response from critics, whereas SmackDown seems to be slowly on the rise. But that said, guys, when you have decent TV in a 2-hour format versus a 3-hour format where they seem to struggle to keep the momentum in the third hour going, tells you everything you need to. I want to say SmackDown, but I think they'll get fed to Raw. Raiden, you have the floor.
All right. Well, so I do agree, man. SmackDown is just killing Monday Night Raw with their consistency with 2 hours. And what I'm expecting with this elimination match, I just want to see American Alpha and Cesaro and Sheamus go at it. Do you have any idea how much of a pure wrestling match that was going to be? Oh man! But I might give Monday Night Raw a pass a little bit. I think they'll probably get it, but I personally don't care if Raw or SmackDown wins or loses. I just want to see a cool competition matchup. And to see what the New Day and Slater and Rhino can do in the ring with comedy theatrics, especially Slater, who has been over since Backlash.
Oh, yeah.
What a turnaround, man. What a turnaround.
And L-Man has been
I'm sure L-Man will be happy about...
And L-Man
I'm sure L-Man's happy about Slater.
And L-Man has been singing WWE's praises ever since. It's like, L-Man, Steve Slater's tag team champion. I love you, WWE. You are the best thing ever on this earth since sliced bread.
Yeah, right.
And that's Odie's like, good Lord, man, where are your values?
Oh, bro.
I got keys, man.
And I'm Eric Kaku, and I would like to remind you that I sound like Eric Cartman. Cheesy bits. We've also just put in the comments.
I'm going to Mars.
10 on 10 match with tag teams. Can anyone say cluster, you know what?
I guess.
Probably.
I could see it.
Code 92?
Yeah, it's like a mini battle royal.
Code 92, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Who's next?
You.
I just said the floor is yours, dude.
So my bad. I
Think Hard just flew right by.
Well, okay, well, I'm probably gonna have to go with SmackDown on this one. As I'm starting to believe that with the way how the match card's going, it's gonna end up in a tiebreaker, and I believe that of course the men's traditional Survivor Series is gonna determine that. So for me, SmackDown for the tag team match.
Alrighty. A-Log, do you have any nicknames for this particular tag team affair?
Well, it's going to be, we have for Raw, it's going to be the Positivity Parade. Positivity.
Of course.
Right.
And for SmackDown, and this one's a toughie a bit, I will admit. Let's see. You got Slater, Rhino, American Alpha, Hype Bros. And for some odd Usos and some odd reason, Breezango. I would have gone with the Vaudevillains, but still.
I would have went with the Ascension.
I've got to call their team Slater's Backyard Barbecue Party.
Better than Team SmackDown.
Because again, with the white trash gimmick they've gone for Heath Slater, which is absolutely hilarious. So like, I got 7 kids. Like, and him living in a trip. We're going double wide.
There's Elbow.
I've always liked. Yeah.
And you get Elbow going, Heath Slater, you've had 7 children. How could you?
Okay. All right. I've always liked Heath Slater since I saw him for the first time on the national stage of television on NXT Season 1. I've always had high hopes for him. Agreeing with his haircut right now, but then again, anything's better than Slater Gator at this point.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
No.
Although you also got like a lot of combustible elements on the Positivity Parade too. You have the club, or I'm sorry, the Bullet Club rather, saying that they will backstab anybody any chance to get.
For life.
And then you have, I know Don Tony keeps calling the Shining Stars the Puerto Ricans, because, you know, the whole, come to Puerto Rico. Their debut match was, you know, a flop. But I kind of do like the updated version of them having, you know, come to Puerto Rico, here's some timeshares, making it more like a time, having that a little bit more heelish angle towards the, you know, the being the tourism ambassadors and all that.
Yeah.
Well, an Epico something. I mean, I love their Lost Matadors gimmick. That was good, but at least the Shining Stars have been still trying to warm up to. At least everybody's still trying to warm up to that. The New Day are still hilarious. They're still hilarious. How you doing?
Right. You doing?
Due to the combustible elements, I'm afraid I'm going to have to give it to the Backyard Party.
Okay.
Later's Backyard Barbecue Party. I'm going to have to give it, or in this case, I'm going to SmackDown. I apologize if my nickname for the SmackDown team was a little too long, but again, you got to have, since Slater's the team captain, so to speak, him and Rhino, you got to at least put a little bit of the gimmick in there. So I'm going with the Barbecue Party.
Alrighty. Next up, one of the other interpromotional matches, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship with Raw's Brian Kendrick versus SmackDown's Kalisto.
Oh, yeah.
The stipulation for this is simple. He who wins this will not only win the belt, but then determine where the championship and division will be. So if Kalisto wins, the title and the division will defect to SmackDown, where it used to be when the brand extension originally started in 2002. If Kendrick wins, you get the idea. Yeah. I think this will be a win for SmackDown, as I think the Cruiserweight division is more suited to Tuesday nights. And Kalisto is more than worthy of carrying that division on his back. RawDown.
All right. Now, let me be the first to say that the Cruiserweights on Monday Night Raw have been the worst booking in history.
I could see that.
I will say, I mean, after watching the CWC, seeing the biographies, what they know about them, and the matches in tow, it was great. But when they came to Monday Night Raw, they were treated more of a special attraction more than part of the brand itself, like way back at SmackDown.
Yeah.
Purple ropes, purple hue. It's like, what are y'all doing? Okay. But all in all, the match itself, Brian Kendrick is champion. Great resurgence, great character, straight. I don't know what the word is for it, but straight, old school veteran pirate like.
Right.
And with Kalisto, the beginning of the year, I was kind of glad he was U.S. champion, but he just gave him Del Rio over and over again, and
yeah,
dare I say it, Ryberg. Yeah. So the way this match will play out, it's going to be a good match regardless. We're going to see some great ring play. definitely want to see Callisto bring that title to SmackDown because I feel like SmackDown desperately needs it. So SmackDown can treat them as a main as crap. I have treat them as part of the brand more than a special attraction, like in the old days. Yeah, that's it.
I agree with that.
Cannot speak today.
It's all right. Mind you, Kendrick has come a long way from the days of being spanky. And at one time, he tried to impress Stephanie McMahon to give him a job on SmackDown by giving in to... I'm trying to remember this guy's name now.
Oh, Sean O'Hare. Sean O'Hare.
Thank you. When
He
Sean
rest in peace,
O'Hare-
by the way.
It's all right. When Sean O'Hare dared him to... When Sean O'Hare dared him to run for the entire arena in the nude, and oh god lord,
What?
Wow.
You don't know about
Right.
that?
I remember that.
I do not know. What? Tell me what's the story?
It's probably on YouTube, and you know what's also on YouTube? Kendrick's rap battle with John Cena. I actually saw that the other day, and I was
actually
still
good.
laughing. It was still hilarious.
Oh, really?
I think I've seen that a little bit.
And Brian Hebner, the son of Earl Hebner's boy, he
Yeah,
actually knows how to beatbox.
he does.
Wow, that's pretty good.
What it is, Kendrick had only just come up from OVW back in the days, which is old money for NXT because that's just where the developmental territory was back in the day. And Kendrick had been trained by Shawn Michaels himself, along with Daniel Bryan and that. And
Yeah, that was for Sean's own company, Texas Wrestling Association.
yes. And in story, Kendrick was just sort of hanging out in the back, and Sean O'Hare was going with this gimmick, I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know, which they never really went
Devil's advocate.
Yeah, they never really went any further with that because they had him as Roddy Piper's protege. In some
That
of
still
those-
got me steamed.
Yeah, and he basically said, "Look, Kendrick, if you really want to get noticed over here on SmackDown, you need to raise your awareness." And he says, "And I can't think of a better way, but then you were streaking through the crowd nude." Oh my God. And he even ran through Stephanie's office, and Stephanie's just dumbfounded, like, "What just happened?"
And he was doing it in front. He was taking his clothes off in front of the other wrestlers. I still remember that moment.
They're like, "What the?"
Well, you got to do some. You got to be desperate for fame.
Yeah. Talk about doing anything.
Good Lord.
I mean
That's why-
anything.
Look at it, look at it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just glad he's come along very far since then. Oh dear.
Yeah.
And he was also former tag team champion. May I remind you of his teaming up with Paul London?
That was a
Great
great.
tag team,
yeah.
by the way. They went at it. Love those guys.
Yeah, longest.
Now that was a tag team I enjoyed back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're building up to Kendrick v. Oh, Weaver's saying more. They're building up to Kendrick v. Swanson. I'm going with Kendrick. Worst booking history. No S, man. The whole purple S is so dumb. Weaver, just so you know, I can't curse because I don't want to get banned or anything. We do know you were at Hell in a Cell. I don't know if the camera showed it, but up until just before the bell rang to set up the ring for the Cruiserweight title match, to be fair, this can't be worse than WCPW's booking. I wouldn't know about that, dude. And Duran Garb has just joined in the comment section. How you doing, Duran?
Our appreciation to the guys over at Walk Culture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Even though I didn't
seen the rest
Oh,
of
sorry.
those yet. From what I heard, you got to be a little bit more prepared.
I heard they did Minoru Suzuki dirty.
All right. just to keep on track, because I think we've lost track a little bit, which is nothing new for RDR. Who has not said their piece for the Cruiserweight title match?
I haven't gone yet.
Code 82, you're up.
Yeah. So, well, with the rumors going around about the cruiserweights moving to SmackDown, since that's also going to be the day that the new 205 Live show is gonna take place, I'm gonna have to go with Kalisto on this one.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
MJ, did you finish your thoughts on who's gonna win?
I believe that's actually a very good question. I actually I did. I said I think this will be a win for SmackDown, as I think the cruiserweight division is more suited to Tuesday nights. So yeah, I did give my prediction.
Oh, all right, just a second.
All right. So I think Raiden has said his piece, haven't you?
Yep.
Hey, Log, it's all on you.
All right. Okay. I'm going to still say that I enjoy the Cruiserweight division on Raw. I mean, I know a lot of people poo-pooed it because of the fact that it looks a little more like a special attraction. The crowd isn't really going into it. TJ Perkins. I mean, I know, like, what?
Really?
The two...
Come on, really?
Yeah. I mean, I know, let's see. The biggest critics of TJ had to be, like, was it Don Tony and Kevin Castle. Don Tony gave him the nickname of Toe Jam Perkins.
Damn.
Oh, how
Which is kind of
original.
appropriate.
That's harsh.
That's messed
kind of
up. Come
appropriate
on,
because
yo.
I know, which is kind of appropriate if you think about it, because we remember, like, what, Toe Jam and Roll. That was a video game, and again, I like the video game aesthetic for TJ Perkins.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega did a verse.
Yeah, and I will. Well, oh yeah, the Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, the Player Uno and Delirious. But oh crap, I was gonna have a thought. Oh yeah, and he also actually made dabbing cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I really like the Cruiserweight division, but there's still a lot of things that kind of annoy me, like the whole criticism and the fans not getting into it. Code 92, you actually remember that a lot of the your frustrations on, like, the fans not getting into the matches.
Oh yeah.
Can you see him Punk at one point?
I
was
remember that
pissed
day.
off at that, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I that was just so uncalled for the crowd to
Disrespectful.
chant CM Punk at a very decent cruiserweight match. I mean, come on. I mean, let me go on right here. Let's see, a little bit.
Okay.
Go for it.
To those people, just start with the CM Punk chants. He's not coming back. He's moved on. You're
So
not
wait.
for chanting him. You're not helping the others get over. You know when you do that, you're telling the higher ups that they're not getting over with the crowd. So just completely stop it, okay? Jeez.
I feel you on that, brother.
Right. Yeah, as much as I love CM Punk, even I know he's not coming back because, again, I mean, he could come back in another wrestling organization, but never the WWE.
Yeah.
They screwed him over.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, they screwed him over hard, screwed him over big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only shame in that is sort of like we're never going to see Colt Cabana have another chance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another thing I've been annoyed about with this cruiserweight division on Raw. Where are the other cruiserweights you promoted?
Yeah.
I had my eye on that guy since the the third vaudevillain I always called him.
All right.
I believe he's going to be at 205 Live.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to be on 205 Live. That'll be good.
Oh yeah.
And
Supposed
Akira
to be on
Tozawa.
Raw. And Akira Tozawa, where's he at? And Ciampa Gargano. By the way, congratulations on being tag team champions, guys.
Well
Where
deserved.
are you two?
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Problem is, the cruiserweight division looks a little bit small, and you think they're having they're only going to take each other on. Last time I checked, in WCW, the cruiserweights actually fought on other people from the other weight divisions. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Talented as he is, would never have a chance to defeat, say, Braun Strowman.
Oh God, no, let's not. No.
Exactly.
I can just imagine Braun Strowman looking at Rich Swann's like, "You serious?"
Yeah. Although I could see like Cedric Alexander take on like The Miz.
Oh, I
But that's
definitely
not-
agree.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. It's not the Miz. It's the
Miz. Right.
We'll get to him in a second.
Right. Again, I can see, but just don't put the cruiserweights against each other. It's going to make it look like a small roster. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's nice that they actually give Sin Cara something to do.
Yeah.
But
That's the truth.
but at what cost? I mean, he's not taking on anybody else in the other weight classes. That's what annoyed me. But the cruiserweight matches are still good. It's still good to see that high flying.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
Grand Metalik hasn't been seen since his debut.
I think he's
No
finishing up
commitments.
indie dates, I believe.
Yeah,
I
some
don't know.
commitments.
Yeah.
Oh.
But again, guys, in the fact that they deserve a better chance on SmackDown and not just be like a special attraction. Not to mention, and this is a point that I actually agree with Don Tony and Kevin Castle on, you have a cruiserweight in Kalisto. Why was he stuck at SmackDown? I mean, that's sort of like a little bit of a logic bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the matchup between like Kendrick and Kalisto. I mean, Kendrick deserves what he had. I mean, again, he's sort of like this whole issue with him. One of the oldest members in the Cruiserweight division. And even though he cheated his way to get the Cruiserweight title from TJ, he still deserved it. However, if you want to at least have a change of pace for the Cruiserweight so it wouldn't bomb, I would have to say that sense of logic, I would give it to Kalisto. Only Cruiserweight on SmackDown. You can't make him lonely.
Mm-hmm.
But have the Cruiserweights just be in the Cruiserweights or just 205 Live. You also have to have them wrestle the other wrestlers in the other weight classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you want to be like the Cruiserweight division, or dare I say the light heavyweight division from the late 90s with back when it was the WWF, and back when you had like, let's see, light heavyweights or cruiserweights that you could be able to support, like, say, Great Sasuke or Taka Michinoku or Too Sexy Brian Christopher.
Taka was one of those guys. He was really underrated.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And I've heard of his work in USWA. Christopher was absolutely that good at being an annoying heel. And let's not forget his quip in the Attitude video game. I'm not Jerry's kid.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Raw has more time on its side with the 3 hours, I think the Cruiserweights would do a lot better on SmackDown. Plus, 205 Live is going to be taped SmackDown. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's going to be taped alongside Main Event and SmackDown. Because the Main Event is also part of SmackDown.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And again, I hate to go back on a little bit of a... I'm glad you brought back jobbers, but can't you at least bring back the jobbers for not just an occasion? Just,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they brought out a tag team jobber duo for American Alpha. That was good. For Bailey, nice change of pace, but don't limit the jobbers to the. Please, that's all I'm asking. But to get to my point, I'm going to say Kalisto will get the win and become the new Cruiserweight champion. And again, Kalisto won't be lonely anymore on SmackDown as the only Cruiserweight in the SmackDown division. All I'm saying.
The only thing I'm going to throw in with regards to saying Raw has more time on its side, it's not what time you have, it's what you make of the time you've got. And SmackDown, in my honest opinion, make better use of their time because they know what their limitations are. Whereas Raw, let's just call it for what it is. Raw is nothing more than a physical 3-hour soap opera.
It's like it's like a 3-hour version of what we have over here, on the Bold and the Beautiful, what you guys have over there, a 3-hour version of EastEnders and Street.
Oh god.
I feel like going to sleep when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And again, it's sort of like the biggest on Raw. SmackDown's not promo.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement on SmackDown winning, I suppose, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. We will move on.
Jack Gallagher, for God's sakes. That man is good.
Very good.
Agree.
And we'll now move on to the second title match of the pay-per-view. The WWE Intercontinental Championship interpromotional match. SmackDown's The Miz versus Raw's Sami Zayn. In the summer
my hat.
of 2000. Okay. In the summer of 2002, when Chris Benoit defeated RVD for the Intercontinental Championship, he then quickly defected to SmackDown with the late Eddie Guerrero. Unknown to RVD, he had a rematch clause, which then SmackDown GM Stephanie McMahon tried to shred as she wanted to keep the belt from Raw. Suffice to say, RVD beat Benoit in one of the most grueling IC Championship matches in history. And those that actually saw that, I think, was it the Nassau Coliseum analog? That match got so grueling that RVD's little band actually came out, and you actually saw him end the match without his hairband, which was like, ooh, okay.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not something you don't see very often. And some 14 years later, the Intercontinental title is on the line again between the two brands. For Zayn to get the win here would do wonders for him, as he hasn't really done anything notable on the main roster since getting promoted from NXT. I think Bryan will emerge after the match and announce that he's traded Miz to Raw and gotten Zayn to come to SmackDown because, in all honesty, most people are getting sick of the Miz groaning on about he's being held down. And again, he's been saying this for years and touting that he headlined WrestleMania. See, if he had headlined year after year, then he has grounds to his argument. But last time I checked, he was WWE champion in 2011. Kind of like his relevance.
Ha!
I say Zayn to win, clean, and get traded to SmackDown with Miz being sent to Raw. And I say good riddance. Code 92, you have the stage.
Go
All right. Well, this is gonna be a tough one for me. I'm not sure where to go with Miz or Sami Zayn, but I think it's obvious. I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn on this one. Though I don't know what they're gonna do with the United States title at this point.
Well, it might mean Roman Reigns
Well,
coming
they're
to
gonna have an
SmackDown.
promotional match on. Well, they can have it in a promotional match on, like, at the Royal Rumble.
True.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Raiden.
Okay. You basically pretty much hit the nail on the head. Does anyone cares about the Miz at this point?
No.
Show of hands. Oh, thank you.
No.
Bro, I am sick and tired of seeing him punk Daniel Bryan every chance he gets, saying, "Oh, you can't wrestle. Oh, you can't wrestle anymore."
He's just asking for it, man.
Bruh, I just want to see the American
for a knee to the face.
or better yet, cattle mutilation.
Or in the case of Shinsuke Nakamura, Kinshasa!
Oh, only in my dreams, but who knows next year. But counting to the Miz, oh my god. I will admit the guy has improved, but I'm so bored of the guy. It's not even funny. Not even Maurice can save him. And I will say he's a lucky dude.
Not even the Beard Squad, too.
Oh my god. And let me say he's a lucky guy having Maurice. Let me just tell you that right now.
Luckiest
Yeah.
man walking God's green earth right now.
Bruh. Yeah. Now with Sami Zayn, I've been impressed with the guy in his ROH days, and the guy can easily go.
Oh yeah.
The match he had with Nakamura at TakeOver Dallas, oh my god. I can watch that match all over again. Seriously. And his match against Kevin Owens at Battleground. I don't know why he didn't get a title opportunity after that performance.
Can we just say TNA Logic and have done with that?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But in the case of the title match, I definitely want to see Sami Zayn get it. Personally, I'm going to see Zayn versus Ziggler because it screamed Benoit versus RVD.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Creators decided to mess that up. But
Yeah.
I definitely see Sami Zayn getting it and probably defecting to SmackDown soon. If not, I don't know what Raw is going to do with that because they already have too many titles already. It's just being greedy. So Zayn for the win.
A-Log.
What you got?
Okay. Okay. It's no secret. I haven't been too big on The Miz in a while.
Who has?
Oh god.
With that, exactly. I mean, okay, he was tolerable as a face, but cocky attitude as a heel and his, big ass ego.
Right.
With the fact that he's claimed to be a Hollywood movie star. Okay, David Otunga did a lot better as the A-lister, a gimmick which I still miss.
Yeah, he did pretty good in
on
that.
NXT.
I will say that.
Yeah.
Now he's kind of fumbling. Now poor Otunga's fumbling up. Now poor Otunga's being generic on SmackDown as an announcer, but that's beside the point.
I think he's doing all right.
Better than King at this
He's doing
point.
okay.
Oh, what a full
Or should I say Salty King?
Salty King. Yeah, at least he's back as a heel announcer, heel commentator now, at least. But anyway.
Yeah.
When The Miz got the Intercontinental title from Zack Ryder and got Maurice back into the picture and had that whole thing, it just made him act and look so at me. And you also get my Irish up, even though I'm not Irish, I'm more Roman Catholic. And you kind of get my gander up a bit. Or was my dander up? Either way, I'll bring back the Spirit Squad.
Wow. Yeah, I
don't
couldn't
mind
believe
them
that
as
they're
much,
back.
to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could take the Headbangers coming back, even though they no longer have their entrance music for some odd reason. But the Spirit Squad? What kind of trade-off is that? You got to have me seeing, like, Mikey and Kenny, but not the other two because one of them's retired.
Yeah.
You have to admit,
Yeah,
Kenny's
Nikki's in
actually
Israel now.
Yeah.
But jeez, you actually have to bring those suckers back.
Yeah.
God, man,
That was
jeez.
that was how Ziggler started to get over better because before, if you recall, he was
Mitch.
Yeah, he was Chavo Guerrero's caddy as the rather questionable persona of Kerwin White. That was such a terrible gimmick.
No, just no. Oh man.
That was just so bad.
Oh my lord. That was just wrong. Dude.
Yeah, assimilation is a terrible, terrible thing.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyway.
Let me get back to my boy, Sami Zayn, or as I would say when I pop up, Sammy! The man has been in the Indies back in his days as El Generico.
Ole,
Actually-
ole, ole, ole.
And I actually did hear the song on the radio the other day.
Oh, cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that whole Ole 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 song. And you know what? Sammy has been getting a little bit of a bum rap. But I'm hoping that this will be able to actually give him a little bit more of a push. A short feud with Braun Strowman. Because so like a little bit of a David and Goliath sort of deal.
Yeah.
But it'll be great to see a title on him. So I'm going to go with my boy Sami Zayn to be the Intercontinental Champion and to be going off the SmackDown. Although the only person that will be happy about it would be Kevin Owens. Down. And of course, Raw's going to be stuck with The Miz. But hey, I'd rather have... Yeah, I know. The Miz kiss up to Stephanie every chance he gets over bashing Daniel Bryan again. I mean, I know Daniel Bryan wants to wrestle again, but he has no choice, especially with the concussion lawsuits that has been going on.
Yeah. And
so, as you're saying, MJ?
In particular, with regards to concussions, and the only time I'm going to say this, no one wants a repeat of the Chris Benoit situation with regards to his medical situation, because we've seen what concussions can do to athletes, and it messes you up.
Definitely.
Right. And remember, I'm the only one that still remembers Benoit fondly as a wrestler.
I'm the same way, dude. Don't forget, man.
I think with regards to Benoit, you have to look at it in three factors. You have the wrestler, you have the character, you have the person. The wrestler, his career will speak for itself. You know, a great student and master of the game, no pun intended. Easily one of the greatest ring technicians the industry has ever seen. You know, critic and fan will tell you the same. The character, the character was pretty much almost like a postmodern version of Bret Hart, or even like Stone Cold to some varying degree. Talk very little, get on with it.
Exactly.
The person, however, this is
Steer
where
clear away from that.
The person, I do have some sympathy with regards to the medical situation because he had advanced dementia, which is basically what he had. He didn't have a clue what he was doing. He had no control. So there's some minor sympathy, but as it stands, he still did what he did, and that I can never defend.
Agreed.
It's still unfair to. I can understand why keep not mentioning him for like a year or so, but you still can't say that he never existed.
Yeah.
Did you
From
also
the
know
news
that he
reports, I don't remember. In the news reports, I don't remember like fans destroying their Benoit merchandise, in anger.
Yeah.
I don't remember a bonfire of Benoit merchandise.
All right. I think Raiden's trying to say something. I think Raiden's trying to say something.
Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry. Okay. Do you guys also realize that he has a son that kind of sort of looks like him?
Yeah, David.
I never.
Yeah, David Benoit.
That was from his first marriage.
And you know what? I'm going to give them at least, I know this might cause controversy, but I want to give them an idea, free of charge. If they actually do David Benoit in, I want at least a little bit of a redemption story with them. He wants to at least redeem his family name after what happened, but of course he's going to have some trouble. When he introduces himself, so hi, my name's David. Okay, and your last name? Benoit? And then go have them back away slowly. So what? He's my dad, but still, people are that he's even related to the guy. But I still want at least a redemption story. I don't want to see like DC's joke of Black Silhouette Man coming true for every pay-per-view I watch. And oh, by the way, that disclaimer is bull. He is not. Look, your wrestlers are not actors, all right? I mean, it's sort of like the whole. I mean, it's a look. He exists anyway. What he did was wrong. He can't destroy his existence all because of some of the fact that I don't want to get banned by the government. Look, there's a little thing called double jeopardy here. You can't. Vince can't go on trial twice for the whole steroid scandal. You have to have that whole fear of getting banned out of the country thing. What Benoit did was wrong. But again, since wrestling has been on a downward spiral at the time,
Yeah.
So you're not going to get like a congressional hearing on like wrestling on whether or not to ban professional wrestling from the United States because of a murder.
I don't think they wouldn't go that far.
No.
But then again, with who's over in the Oval Office right now in January,
Don't remind us.
I didn't say his name. I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah.
But again, this is something we could at least say for the 10-year anniversary of the tragedy. Because I still have a lot to say about that.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Has everyone said what they needed to about the Intercontinental Championship match?
Yeah.
Yep.
Stand me, my boy!
Alrighty. The last one on the card. The last traditional Survivor Series match, the interpromotional women's match. And I'm going to give nicknames for this. I'm going to, instead of Team Raw, how about we call them the Monday Night Babes?
Okay.
And for SmackDown, we'll call them the Tuesday Night Femme Fatales.
Cool.
Okay.
Something a little
I would have
different.
also gone with SmackDown Sweeties, but okay.
Unless you
Or
can think of
SmackDown
a better...
Sweethearts.
Hey, look, unless you can think of something better than the Monday Night Babes.
Good.
Okay. On to my pre-match thoughts. This is another situation where there is an array of talent on either side, minus Nikki Bella. Like the men's 5-on-5 match, I think egos will come into play to try to outdo one another, and that will lead to downfalls and frustration. Particularly with Charlotte and Sasha, as these two cannot stand each other. Bayley's peace tactics will only go so far, despite her gung-ho mindset of everyone needs to get along. Same thing on SmackDown, where there are issues between Becky Lynch and Alexa Little Trish Bliss, and Carmella with Nikki Bella, who had her CM Punk moment when she dropped a pipe bomb of her own, lampshading what we've all been thinking for some time, citing that Bella is only where she is because of John Cena, which, let's face it, if Bella wasn't with Cena, would she be where she is now?
Exactly.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
I think you're going
Those will actually be back to bottling.
I think you're going to get a good match, but I think controversy will come into play and will likely come down to one of two scenarios. Scenario one, Charlotte and Nikki are the remaining members of their teams, and they have to have it out with each other. And at that point, whom do I jeer? Or two, it comes down to Bayley and Becky, in which case I will cheer for both. I think Raw will get the win, but it's not going to come easy. And the Wrestling Wikipedia is up first.
All right. So we got the Monday Night Babes in the form of Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bailey, and your girl, Alicia Fox.
Oh, hello,
around
Alicia.
Mhm.
I love me
Along
some
on the
foxy. I love me some foxy magic.
Anyway, along with the SmackDown and on the team that I dub the SmackDown Sweethearts.
Yeah,
Nikki
that's
Bella.
it. That's perfect.
Well,
Sweethearts.
Yep, SmackDown
Huh.
Sweethearts. Mhm.
Huh.
Yep, like I said, on the side of the SmackDown Sweethearts, you have Nikki Bella,
Ugh.
Carmella,
Mm,
my girl from Staten Island, represent what many have been calling the Harley Quinn or the Margot Robbie of the WWE, Alexa Bliss,
I love her.
mhm.
by Sweet Steampunk Irish Rose, Becky Lynch, the champion.
Nice.
Underrated talent.
Very
Yeah.
underrated.
And
Of
also,
course, the amazing dancer in the form of Naomi.
Also another underrated talent.
I love
I
Naomi.
really love her
She is
new gimmick.
gorgeous.
Yeah. Like Alex Wright, you could be able to make it a little bit of, if you bring Alex Wright, the dancing machine of WCW, Das Wunderkind, my mom's favorite, by the way. Playing that in a later time. Have us a little bit of a dancing duo.
Okay.
I mean, of course, if we're feeling a little bit more, we will bring Brodus Clay back, but let's not split hairs
Let's
here.
not say we
No.
No.
nah, he's stuck in TNA right now.
Full
Tyrus.
sinking ship.
Yeah.
Anyway, SmackDown has a little bit more of a combustible element because of some egos. You have like Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss hating each other, and you also have Carmella and Nikki Bella hating each other. Neutral side. So Naomi's kind of like Switzerland of Italia.
Oh yeah.
Only she won't beat you over the head with a Nobel Peace Prize.
Nope.
And of course, with that combustible element, I'm going to go with the Monday Night Babes. Because as it may be, with Charlotte and Sasha hate each other, have the other factors. You have the strength in Nia Jax,
Oh yeah.
who's reminding me of other heavyweight women such as Asha Khan and Awesome Khan, and persona aside, Bertha Faye, who, despite being the Roseanne of the WWF back then, she could still move. She could still be able to punish you. Oh, and let's not forget Bull Nakano.
Nice.
Mhm.
Have like a vibe of Bull Nakano from Nia Jax. And of course, we have the dark horse in Alicia Fox. She hasn't been seeing that much, but she can still go at it. So,
Mhm.
with the Monday Night Babes for the win, and I think that the Soul Survivors would have to be either Sasha Bailey or just like either Sasha or Bailey on that team. I will have some problems if it's sort of like or Bailey against like Becky as the last ones for each team. I don't know who to cheer for.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Next.
Raiden, you're up.
Let's see. When you compare to the Monday Night Babes and the SmackDown Sweethearts, you definitely see a little bit of talent there.
That you do.
Let's see. The way they're treating Charlotte, I definitely see her as a sole survivor, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, she's got, and it's something. If Charlotte becomes the sole survivor, it's something that we're never gonna hear the end of it. She's gonna
Nope.
be, yeah, and she's gonna have like more guys, carrying around like what Jerry the King Lawler used to do back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You all saw that.
So, oh my goodness, that was so narcissistic.
And Kanye's taking a look at it and go like, "Damn, you got a big ego."
Yeah.
Anyway, continue, Raiden.
Okay. Now, okay, once again, when you look at the Monday Night Babes, you have a bevy of talent.
Oh yeah.
And with SmackDown Sweethearts, you definitely see a lot of rising talents, especially with Alexa Bliss and Carmella.
Hello, I love those two.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna get this out the way right quick, but I don't hate Nikki Bella as much as I do anymore. Only because there's a lot of
Explain.
women's wrestlers that okay, I'll explain. Now there's a lot of women's wrestlers that gets more wrestling than her, even though she has improved. And I will say I did enjoy Carmella just roasting her after saying like, "Oh, you can't get far because of John Cena," and she said some stupid stuff saying, "Oh, because I will just defect from the internet bullies." I'm like,
We all laughed at that.
Yeah.
internet bullies.
You're gonna acknowledge the trolls. Don't
They're
feed
just
the
trolls,
trolls.
ignore them.
WWE.
Oh my god.
Ignore them.
Not feed the trolls.
Otherwise, we'll
Yeah.
have Denmark to come over and block them, or get rid of them.
South
I
Park
think
for the
Random.
win.
I think Random said something to the effect of when he saw that clip when I posted on Facebook. It goes, she's talking about
Yeah.
being bullied by internet trolls. It goes, this is a woman. This is a grown woman in her 30s. Let that sink in a moment.
Yeah.
And if you ever seen Total Divas or Bella, she is totally dependent of Cena. It is cringy.
Well, as
Sad.
we saw in those clips that Carmella showed.
Oh god.
I don't get me
God,
Who's
God.
afraid of the frog?
don't get me wrong. I love an affectionate woman as much as the next guy, but then it's like, babe, I'm trying to shave here. I'm trying to go do stuff. Can you give me 5 minutes? That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, as I was saying, okay, with the rising talent in Alexa Bliss and Carmella, you definitely see them getting a really big spot. I look at their feuds with Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch; they're doing pretty good, and I definitely see Alexa Bliss getting the SmackDown Women's title soon.
Yep.
Now, a part of me wants SmackDown to win, but I don't know. They don't have that much big heavy hitters. If only I see Asuka be part of the Team SmackDown, that'll be great. But we all can't have nice things.
It'd be so funny if Asuka suddenly showed up and she just suddenly stares at Charlotte and you hear, Asuka's gonna kill you. Asuka's gonna kill you.
Words cannot describe. If Asuka sees Charlotte and she beats the crap out of her, I will be a happy guy. You have no idea how big of a fan I am of Asuka. She gets it done. Now, as I was saying,
is gold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely, man.
bringing Joshi wrestling to a forefront. So,
Yeah.
like I said, so yeah, a part of me wants to
back. Then it'll be great.
Yo, that would be so good. Oh my god. I really wanted. Continue, Chris. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I would agree. I would love to see that match.
Everybody will mark out for that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Besides,
but
Awesome
I think the
Kong
main-
didn't get that much of a chance because of circumstances in the WWE.
Yeah.
The chance is karma.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Poor girl, man. She can get it done. She can get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of me wanted to see her crush the Bellas. I wanted that so much, badly.
Yeah, but now she's only got one Bella to crush.
I know Oni wanted that. I know he wanted to see that. Trust me, we're on the same page. But as I was saying,
Odie would love to see Karma crush the Bellas, Kelly, and Eva Marie all in one go.
Oh, definitely.
Speaking of which, I just remembered.
Uh-oh.
Isn't Eva Marie supposed to be back by now?
Please don't do that.
She's filming a movie. She's filming a movie.
Oh, thank you.
All
right. Sorry. An evil smile crept up on me to see if Karma will crush Eva Marie. I already got that enough with Asuka, but still. But like I said, a part of me wants SmackDown to win, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Monday Night Raw got the pretty good talent on their books.
True.
I definitely see a competitive match, but
I absolutely adore Bailey.
Yeah.
everyone does.
Ever.
Oh yeah.
She's definitely the wrestling equivalent. She's female John Cena done right.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Everybody gets hugs.
Yeah.
And I love that little smiley face hugging itself on the entrance screen. That's absolutely adorable. And let's not forget Byron Saxon's favorite part of the entrance, the wacky waving inflatable tube arm man.
So yeah, like I said, I definitely want to see SmackDown get this, but circumstances, Monday Night Raw got the pure unadulterated talent. Not taking away from SmackDown greatly, but I think someone said I feel like Team SmackDown Sweethearts got like too many egos with Bliss, Carmella, and Bella, Lynch. Yeah. When you have like egos like that, you're done, son. So I forgot the name. You know what I mean?
Monday Night Babes.
Sweethearts.
Monday Night Babes. That's what I'm going for.
And
All right.
I think the last to say his piece will be the logic that is the Co-92.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna say, the way I can see this match going, it's probably gonna come down to both Charlotte and Becky Lynch as the last two.
Champion versus champion. I like that.
Yeah. So with that said, I'm probably gonna go with Raw on this one. And of course, as always, screw you, Kevin Dunn, for hanging on Becky Lynch's accent.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's
just stupid.
I mean, he
kind of confirms the fact.
I mean, he pretty much hates every accent, where it's Southern English or anything.
Yeah.
Dunn's a punk.
You know,
I know. And by the way, Dunn, if that beaver is actually watching this right now,
I hope he is.
doubt.
there's an old people who throw stones, don't throw them in. The people in glass houses don't throw stones.
exactly.
Look at you, buddy boy. Bucky Beaver Teeth.
This
Yeah.
is a
And
guy.
of course, I apologize to King Ross. If all the the camera or the technical botches would be because of Kevin Dunn's teeth going in, the teeth accidentally hitting the buttons.
You know, this is coming from a guy who hates professional wrestling, yet he works for a professional wrestling company. Do you see the irony
And you
in
know what?
this?
We're not wrestling. We're sports
You know
entertainment.
why he's there to begin with? All because of some burning videotapes. I think because Kevin Dunn's dad worked for the WWF at the time.
Yeah.
Like a transportation of so like a fire happened in the car, and Dunn had to get the tapes out of there quick before they get destroyed.
Yeah.
So because of that gratitude, Dunn got employment for life.
Yeah. And Vince still wants to keep him around.
I know.
There's a
This
reason.
guy's this Steve Buscemi looking mofo in this company. And yet he has no clue about the sport or how to book a match right. But again, I'm glad that Michael Hayes is still a part of the booking team. And then you also still have writers that are there, at least hopefully know what they're talking about. I'm guessing Ed Koski, he's the head writer as of right now. The former Rajan Singh, he's one of the writers as well. So, he managed a wrestler, so he has to have some experience.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason Cornette destroys this dude.
Yeah. I mean, you
Dunn's got to go. Dunn's got to go. I'm sure there's a DM somewhere that needs a few beaver or something.
Yeah, you don't like accents. Yeah, look who's talking, Mr. You think we're not wrestling? We're Spartan.
No, we're not wrestling. I find you tiresome.
Oh, we love something to say. Good
Yeah.
thing for this match, Dana Brooke not competing, effing the hierarchy.
Yes! Oh my god.
I mean,
Eh,
Hang on, he's
I like
saying
Dana Brooke.
he's
Dana
saying more. Effing the higher-ups won't get you so far, Tuts. Seemed to work so far with Nikki Bella. Look how she got so far with Cena.
mhm.
ROH and British fans, you will like this. Marty Squirrel is now ROH TV champion. I would,
Oh, snap.
Hmm.
Word?
yep,
Dang, first it was Will Ospreay, now him? Wow.
I
Ah.
would pay to see Oscar versus Charlotte. That would be Oscar. That would be awesome. Dear Kevin Dunn, you are a giant sea bag. Sincerely, the
Exactly.
entire world. I do not
Also-
apologize for my language because it's true.
Also, can we also trade?
Although,
Sorry about that.
wow, as you were saying, Raiden,
Also, can we trade the villain Marty Skrull from The Miz?
Hmm.
Marty
If only.
Scurll.
Mhm.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Oh, and also, getting to Dana Brooke. I mean, she looks good. She does have a good gymnastic background from what I see in her entrance, but more ring time, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
She's
Actually,
basically a
look-
poor man's version.
Absolutely gorgeous. You're trying. I appreciate that.
To be fair, she had a
A little bit
good.
more training would help you out.
To be fair, she had a good chemistry going with Emma down in NXT, but the only little problem that I had with her being paired up with the way that the dynamic they had with her and Emma, it reminded me of Laycool and it reminded me of the beautiful people from TNA.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
And again, I have to say it. I still miss Emma.
Yeah,
The new
Me
gimmick
too,
coming
yo.
up, Emiliana.
Yeah.
Emelina.
But again, I miss her little dancing gimmick, the goofy dancing girl. But I also still love the heel remix of the do 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 do. And then it goes.
Yeah.
See, that was Triple H giving Emma a chance to be what she really could be. And what does Vinny do? Haha, I'm gonna come and make you Emelina because you need to be a sex factor, but I want to be a wrestler. You will do as you're told.
Hmm.
But I want to be a wrestler.
Right.
Now you listen here, Mister, Mrs. You will do as Vince says because he is the best in the world and he is God.
Right. The only positive I could think about this Emelina gimmick, that it might be like a gender swap version of Rick the Model Martel. I'm
I
being
could
nice
possibly
here.
see
That's
it.
what I'm hoping. Because again, if she comes out with like a fragrance to blind her opponents, then I could see like the Rick Martel influences. But again, Emma becomes Emelina.
Trouble
Yeah.
is that could send the wrong message when it says Emelina for women. It'd be like, where are you going with this, Vince?
Hmm.
Or you could, I mean, yeah, let's go back to history now. The fragrance that Rick Martel always carried around with a little atomizer. He called it arrogance.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it would be called something like 2 for Emma.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Just a thought.
I'd actually like to see her not necessarily be a heel, but have her as a tweener. You know, give her something to do because we know she can be a decent character and even a decent wrestler. But I don't know. I just like to see a version of her character where she's being herself, but with the volume turned way up.
Mhm.
Kind of like a female version of either Rock or Austin, where they're being themselves, but obviously exaggerating a few things. And Jim Cornette said something to the effect of on the Monday Night Wars DVD from 2004. The people want to see the wrestlers in question, like with either Taker, Austin, or Mankind, because that's who they are. They're not being contrived with it. They're actually, doing this naturally. Like it's the character is an extension of whom they are, rather than be like, okay, Stone Cold, we don't want you to be Stone Cold anymore. We want you to be Arthur Cranance, the posh tax man. They'd be like, what?
What? Okay, there's only one wrestling tax man, and that's Erwin R. Shyster. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I just say that Dana Brooke is the poor woman's version of Caitlyn?
Oh, Caitlyn.
At least Caitlyn improved.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the thing with Caitlyn. They had so much potential to work with her before she left. Now, there are some that will say she wasn't a great Divas champion. It's like she held it for 6 months, having some decent matches with the likes of Eve Torres, and then I think it was hang on. Elimination Chamber 2013, was that with Jimmy Snooker's daughter?
Tamina.
Thank you. That was a decent match from what I remember. And apparently the match she had with AJ at, I think, Money in the Bank that year. Thank you. Ooh. And that was when AJ, character-wise, went to levels that we never thought she was capable of.
Definitely.
Say what we will about her character, but wrestling-wise, one of the most underrated that company has ever had. And we know that she could go there with the crazy factor, but here's the thing. I want my Geek Goddess back.
Me too.
That was what I preferred.
Oh, definitely.
But what did they do? Oh, you're a geek. We need you to be a town bicycle. Why? Because I'm Vince McMahon. That's almost like the reason for everything. When they stuck her with that gimmick, I'm like, why? It's like we've had women in the WWE before portraying women with loose ethics. Make of that what you will. But, we've seen Trish do it. We've seen Lita do it. I think Lita probably utilized it the best, but then again, she had nuclear heat from outside of the company, which, I'm going to say this. I've never been like the biggest supporter of Matt Hardy, but
I felt bad for the guy.
What happened to him in 2005? It's like, wait. Edge cheats on his girlfriend behind their back, and he gets fired. It's like, how does this make sense?
Logic, can you speak it?
You just said it right there.
I even still remember the moment where Matt Hardy made an appearance, and he was so like, the company's like, go support, go watch me in ROH, go watch me in ROH.
To be fair,
still on YouTube somewhere.
To be fair, they handled the invasion part of him coming and invading Raw well done. But I noticed with Coach, King, and JR, anytime Matt Hardy was on screen before Wacky Mackey rehired him, they couldn't say a single word.
That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I think it should have been Matt Hardy to have won the Money in the Bank briefcase at Raw's Homecoming return to USA on October 3, 2005. Because I thought, why is this guy getting, no pun intended, the Raw deal time after time? And it's like his girl cheated on him with one of his friends behind his back, yet you're rewarding this guy. It's like, logic says to me, no, reward Matt because he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, Matt is never going to be a show stealer like Jeff Hardy. That's just me calling spade for spade on that one. But in terms of basic, straight wrestling, Matt Hardy's one of the best entertainers there is. He's never going to be a Shawn Michaels or Stone Cold, but was he worthy of being a world champion? Absolutely. And he did get there once. ECW champion in 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
No, it was 2008.
Thank you.
Oh, 2000. Oh, yeah.
Not sure who he'd be. Let me see.
I think it was that Unforgiven 2008 scramble match.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, which they haven't brought back ever since.
No, I've noticed that. Yeah, I find it ironic. Mike Adamle announces, "I'm going to, invent an Adam Lee original." Yet the other two world title matches were using the same format. I'm like,
yeah,
this is not original.
Jeff Hardy.
3 times in one night.
Oh, this was
Poor Adam Lee.
This was a guy that was botching long before Johnny Ace and Sin Cara.
Damn.
But in his defense, he kind of did have like little problems in his head, because he used to be a football player before becoming an announcer on American Gladiators.
I know he was an announcer for American Gladiators because over here in the UK, when they were having international gladiators, he was actually one of the, I don't really want to say ringside interviewers. He was more like an off-field interviewer, and he was representing the American side. So I did think, hang on a minute, I recognize this guy from somewhere. I know he got booed off ECW at one stage. I'm like, oh, if you get booed by them, you've really screwed up.
Yeah, especially when he just inexplicably walked away from the commentators team.
Yeah, I still remember that.
Damn.
Yeah, I had to watch the match and do the commentary myself.
I like that Steph kind of poured soul into the situation where she realized she botched live on air. She goes, "Oh, look, I pulled an Adam Lee." Oh.
Ouch, yo.
Yeah.
That's clever.
That's hurtful.
Poor guy's never going to live it down. His house has probably got still got a lot of garbage being thrown at him in Chicago.
Ugh. Or as Brandon used to refer to it as Jeff Harvey, Triple H's husband.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait. I just remembered something. Speaking of Triple H. What if Triple H interferes in the Warriors in the SmackDown Soldiers match?
I definitely see that happening.
Yeah, since they are building up that feud between him and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm hearing is going to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that's a logical thing. That's a logical thing.
Who else also sees the return of Finn Balor at WrestleMania?
I could see that. I could probably see maybe either around Rumble time, Royal Rumble.
That might happen.
He's still up by the Royal Rumble.
The theory I have with regards to Finn Balor is he will be a surprise entrant in the 2017 Royal Rumble, will win said Rumble, and then will be, because I'm presuming the same loophole will be in effect, which Austin pointed out after Benoit won the Rumble, because it says the rules state the winner will face the champion, but the rules do not state which champion that winner will face. And they'll probably have, similar to what happened with regards to The Undertaker in the build-up to WrestleMania 23, where you have John Cena representing Raw, the WWE title, Bobby Lashley representing Tuesday ECW with the ECW title, and then you had Batista representing Friday night with the World Heavyweight title, and then they'll probably get Finn Balor to choose between either AJ Styles representing SmackDown, or if it's still Kevin Owens representing Monday Night Raw with the Universal title.
You know, Finn Balor may be the first Universal Champion, and because of that injury, I'm sure that injury still has to sting with him, that he had no other choice but to relinquish it.
Yeah.
Gotta go with the fact that he's going to choose Kevin Owens because he has some unfinished business with the Universal title.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say this right now because I keep seeing what Seth Rollins did with that turnbuckle powerbomb. I think that's got to be another one of those moves that's got to be outlawed because he has injured quite a few people with that finishing maneuver in the same regard that this is another reason why they've banned the curb stomp because that move is so close to the neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can definitely see that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Not to mention the more negative connotations of the curb stomp.
Yeah.
If you've seen the infamous film American History X, you'll see why.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh.
Ooh.
The guy's teeth, man. Oh.
I've seen.
Not a pretty sight.
Edward Norton was a savage for that.
Yeah.
I've only ever
I
seen.
see that movie. I already have enough white guilt as it is.
I've only ever seen American History X once, and all I gotta say is, damn. That's that's messed up. I will give Ed Norton this. He put in a decent performance for what was asked of him. But the subject matter in that movie is just like, dude, no.
Yeah, I could see a lot of white people crying out of regret. I was like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry for what I've done. You haven't done squat, dude. You're just a nice guy. This film's just giving you guilt."
That movie, man.
But
Yeah.
still, that was just messed up.
Mm-hmm.
No, just no.
Back to Seth Rollins' moveset. Can he at least have another finishing move other than the pedigree?
Yeah.
I would say maybe that Phoenix Splash move that he does every now and then.
That Phoenix Splash is dope. It's very
Okay.
well executed.
Yeah.
And I've seen him do the vertebraker one time, and it was safe. I saw him do it on a live show on AJ Styles. It didn't really hit his neck; it just hit his back. I'm like, okay, you're safe with doing that. Okay, I like the vertebraker. Very underrated move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I saw that was
Again,
Homicide.
just don't copy from Triple H.
Yes,
No.
The same guy goes
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there is a theory to that actually.
Yeah.
I remember.
really?
Yeah. I think he was in an interview saying the reason I won't change my finisher to the pedigree is because I want to hit Triple H so hard before he comes back and screws me over again. And when we have our match at WrestleMania, then I'll change my finisher. Until then,
Oh.
that's a
they're-
big F you to him.
That's why I think they're gonna build up towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna come to like trying to like Triple H is probably gonna ban Seth from using the pedigree in that match or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little match stipulation, like, you can't copy me anymore.
Yeah.
I love the way back in the day, this was just coming into 2000, where Rock was mocking Triple H. I think this was probably one of the first few Raw or SmackDowns going into February 2000. He goes, well, I'm gonna come out here and say absolutely nothing.
And now you know where the gag comes from.
And Rebellion 2000, which I'm not sure too many people in the States have seen that pay-per-view. But, Mick Foley... Rebellion.
Oh yeah, that's because it's a UK only pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
About that.
It was a good pay-per-view, though. The main event for that was a fatal four-way with Angle defending against Rikishi, Rock, and Austin. Originally, it was going to be a five-way, but apparently Trips wanted to be in the main event, and Mick says, even going on camera, putting thumb and finger to nose and forehead, goes, well, if I can't be in the main event, I'm going home. And he goes, so I told Triple H we wouldn't need to see him. Right here, from Sheffield, England. Like, yeah, Mick, shake up.
Monkey.
Oh man.
I did miss Mick Foley as commissioner when he got kayfabe fired. It's just like, ah.
Oh, speaking of that, I remember the WWE Network exclusive, and Daniel Bryan now is as GM of SmackDown does Talking Smack. He is known for talking trash about Monday Night Raw all the time. In the debate, he shoot on Foley so hard. He said, "Remember, you got fired. You got fired 2001. And what did you do? You worked for TNA." I'm like, oh my God, Brian.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
I remember hearing about
Brian.
that.
Dude. Oh,
Do not
man.
speak
That
of
is
the three letters of sin.
That is called grabbing hold and not letting go.
Oh man.
That's savage.
Yeah, man. You haven't seen nothing yet with Brian.
Yeah.
He mocks the Universal title. He mocks Monday Night Raw. He mocks sometimes Stephanie. He mocks Mick Foley at times. It's just too good. It's just good WWE Network stuff, man. It's so good.
Exactly.
It just takes me back to his American Dragon days when he's just like so snarky, but he's so good in the ring.
I'm just glad we've seen the last of his narcissistic vegan days. That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm a vegan. No one cares.
They gave him so much stupid storylines. It's like, what are you doing to him?
The one that got us all head desking. This was when Ryder was part of the team for a while. It was the one SmackDown where Brian was narking on people for watching the Super Bowl and drinking sodas, and he says, "I took a nature walk last Sunday."
Boy, no.
And he's just going like, "Pussy."
I'll have you know I had fun at the Super Bowl eating a lot of stuff that you don't like. Okay?
Yeah.
I still like you, but the gimmick you're giving is just, they're really messing you up badly.
Yeah.
I think Oni comes in and then just says, he and Angel will leave the arena in, I kid you not, a Prius.
Prius.
What are you, Brian Griffin now?
Shameless advertising.
Actually, I can't. I don't know. I can't talk bad about the Prius. My mom has a hybrid. But it's a Ford hybrid.
Oh.
Is where Oni says, out of the way. We got him out of the way. Retire my license. He's got a Prius. He had to be there at the time, A-Log. It was just the way everything had been set up. And then that led to one of the worst matches, if you could even call it a match, at WrestleMania 28. 18 seconds.
That poor dragon. Yeah. That poor dragon. His first WrestleMania match, and you're going to do him like that? The guy who has 5-star matches against McGuinness, Kenta, Joe, Aries, Strong, you name it. Great talent, and you're going to do that to him?
And
wow.
What was more insulting? the opening card of the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That said to me, when they put the World Heavyweight title as the opening card on a pay-per-view, it's like, wow, you have no respect for this title, do you?
Yeah. Just
WCW title.
Basically.
WCW.
Yeah.
So
they
dang it.
want to break a record. For,
Good Lord.
I mean, okay, there was King Kong Bundy beating SG Jones in like 9 seconds, but it certainly felt longer than 9.
Yeah.
yeah.
WrestleMania 1.
I think the only decent match on the card that night was CM Punk versus Chris Jericho for the WWE title.
Match of the night.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Was
I mean, the Team Teddy versus Team Johnny match was a joke.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
Triple H versus Undertaker 3, while not awful, it felt a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, was it with Shawn Michaels as the guest referee in the Hell in a Cell?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have to bring this up. You got a haircut.
Oh, yeah. Taker looking like Zangief. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah. Shaved off his hair and got a mohawk.
Yeah. Even Vivian's sort of like, you what, mate? You trying to rip me off?
Many things look good on the Taker. That was not one of them. But
And remember, he had a biker gimmick too.
biker gimmick was better.
I love the biker gimmick, man.
That was better.
Why
You know,
can't they bring
would
that
fit
back?
better.
I don't
Seriously.
know. I really don't know.
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah. Oh wait a minute. Aces and eights. Never mind.
Don't remind us about that action, huh?
Oh God, my heart.
What a waste of a gimmick that was.
And Alog can verify this. Disciples of Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, that's another
Yep.
another one.
Disciples of Apocalypse. Crush, Chains, 8-Ball, Skull.
And if you recall, at the
That's-
'98 Royal
that's the question.
Rumble, 8-Ball got mistaken for Stone Cold because there was a huge bounty on his head. This is not counting the '99 Rumble, but because Austin was going after every single person in that match, kind of left himself with a bit of a target on his back.
Yep.
I still say to this day, the WWE has not been the same since Stone Cold retired. I don't know what it is, but it hasn't got that.
Oomph?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spark?
It hasn't got that it factor because you look at the feuds going into WrestleMania now. I mean, they're okay, but when you felt that animosity and electrical factor between Rock and Austin, regardless of if it was Mania 15 or Mania 17, there was electricity. There was something giving between the two of them. And although a lot of people cite 19 as their best one, even though I think Stone Cold should have won that, but that's just me. 17, you had a 5-star match, and no one saw that heel turn coming.
And great build-up.
Yeah.
My Way, man.
Mhm.
Love that song.
And by the way, Jim Ross said it best. So like, as good as my. I'm not sure if he says God. Like, what is? But he has sold his soul to the devil himself.
I think McMahon came out on Raw the next night and said, I don't think I'm that bad.
Not bad.
But I don't know.
Oh yeah, the only time Linda McMahon ever got any other emotion at WrestleMania 17. So like when she got up and kicked Vinnie Mac right in the crotch.
A buddy of mine
Was anybody uncomfortable with her being comatose?
A little bit.
Kinda.
Uh,
That was weird as
Guys,
hell.
God, how
Yeah.
I understand
it's
you're being compared to
strange.
a robot at times, but
Man
how are you
was-
gonna sit there and do nothing?
Dude, McMahon with Trish was unbearable. That was just too
yeah.
much.
Oh, so
Yeah.
The whole bark like a dog thing. I was just like,
Yeah,
dude, you
God.
couldn't do that today.
Yeah.
Plus,
yeah, you can't even do that to male talent to make to get them humiliated.
and it's
So, like,
one
want
of
you
the,
to bark like, wait, what, sir? Bark, damn it! Jeez. All right, man.
and it's one of the few times on camera you will have ever seen a female WWE wrestler pretty much in their underwear, because I don't think Trish has been seen on camera like that since then. And I think in the current climate of the PG era, the closest you'll get to that is just the girls in their ring gear, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
But
remember.
there's all their social media, but still.
Yeah. And with regards to
Oh, go ahead, MJ. I'm sorry.
And with regards to this situation between Linda and Wacky Mackey, a buddy of mine said this best, and I have a lot to thank this guy for, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't actually become a WWE fan. So, Pete, if you're listening, thank you, buddy. His best summarization of that moment is, and I quote, Linda McMahon hit Vince in his bank balance, hit him in his bank balance, and I'm not talking about his bank account. I'm the genetic jackhammer.
Jackhammer.
I was so
That was so
swervy when he said that.
Yeah, cheesy. Yeah, absolutely cheesy. You can't take Vince McMahon seriously as a villain when he goes, "I'm your genetic jackhammer." Look,
And you just
and
you
also, I am
you got-
also remembered like one moment in ECW with the whole Michael Fay caning incident being known around the world.
Okay.
Tommy Dreamer took on the Sandman in a Singapore cane match. Loser gets 10 lashes in the back.
Ooh.
After the first
Ouchies.
10, Tommy Dreamer said, "Sir, may I have another?" And after each consecutive whack, I remember hearing like somebody in the crowd yelling like, "Dear God, make it stop! He had enough!" Look for the match online. So like you see the crowd just so like absolutely, getting like, stop it, he's already dead, sort of deal. And so like that's the same thing I get with the whole Trish Stratus deal, with her being forced to go in her underwear and
Yeah.
doing that. So like fans were like, no.
Which Jericho actually referenced 3 years later. I think it was just like a couple of weeks after WrestleMania. He goes, rough. It's like, why does that sound so familiar? And of course, he replays the footage from March 2001, but but then adds actual dogs barking after Trish had initially said rough. I'm like, okay, guys, no.
Yeah, that's messed up. Hold on, guys, keep talking. I gotta put some lights on.
Sure.
All right, no problem.
It was Crown Jewels. I knew I botched that one up. It happens. What's the old expression? Nothing can go wrong if it's live.
Yeah. Live TV is awesome.
Live TV, ladies and gentlemen.
And since we're here on the subject in 2001, let's talk about the invasion angle. Here's what
What a
they
missed
did.
opportunity that
Here's what they did wrong. They advertised that they had acquired them. Here's what they should have done. WCW closes out. No mention of the fact WWE's bought them. And this is where I like what Culture said. What if at SummerSlam you have the rematch between Rock and Austin? No heel turn for Austin. Forget that.
How would I book that storyline?
And at SummerSlam, you have Hogan, Nash, Scott Hall show up with Eric Bischoff commencing a hostile takeover. That would have been awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No disrespect. No disrespect to Shano. You know, to throw in the angle of him versus old Vinny at Mania. I can get the son wants to avenge his mother who's been done wrong by his over egotistical father. I can get that, but and it's just the way that they introduced them. All right, you had some good players like Booker T, DDP, and there were some other WCW wrestlers that came in, but you didn't have Steiner, you didn't have Hogan, you didn't have Goldberg. It's just like
either.
It was like sending in WCW Sunday Night Heat equivalent to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Well, pretty much is what Paul
Wrong.
Heyman explained. A bunch of B-listers that came out of a bad episode of Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh, that's ouchies.
Yeah.
And to think, was in WCW for a short while. He made his debut on Thunder.
Oh, I did not know that.
Me neither.
Look what happened to
He
him.
have a boatload of talent in WCW looking back.
Oh, yeah.
That should have
Yeah.
been better.
Word?
Like Ice Train. Ice Train. He was a good powerhouse wrestler, but they stuck him up in the new. But they kind of had him saddled with the new blood with the gimmick of M.I. Smooth. And sadly, after 2001,
Oh.
and after the buyout, we haven't. Ice Train unfortunately retired. I miss that guy. Him teaming up with Scott Norton as Fire and Ice. And there's some other wrestlers that never had a chance, that never got a fair shake, like Desperado Joe Gomez. Fucker. Who else? Ron Reese had a hard time in that company. He had a decent gimmick as sort of like Ron Studd, taking his name since he was a student of Big John Studd at the time. But then he became like Reese later on as a part of the flock. What other underrated wrestlers that were there? Like Jeff Farmer, he was saddled with a couple of gimmicks over there, like as tag team. No one remembers Thunder and Lightning. Cobra, military man who got screwed over by Sergeant Craig Pittman, another underrated talent. And then he became the fake NWO Sting. A lot of talent that never had a chance that I would love to see in the WWF or WWE nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Gone by the wayside. And like I was about to say, instead of like a hostile takeover of the NWO at SummerSlam, invasion being Lance Storm interfering in a match on Monday Night Raw.
I think he actually did. He actually interfered in a King of the Ring qualifier match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he actually cost Christian a match to advance further at King of the Ring, because the King of the Ring setup was Edge advanced to the final along with Kurt Angle. But then we also had Kurt Angle versus Shane O'Mac, possibly one of the most gruesome street fights anyone has ever seen. Because that glass panel Shane went through, that wasn't the glass panel he was supposed to go through.
Man, I was like 9
Oh,
holy crap, that was crazy to see as a 9-year-old.
I know.
That was brutal.
Whew.
Definitely.
yeah.
Shane was a crazy mofo, man. Still is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
He was
I know I might get like some flack
What
for
was that?
this, but another WCW talent that was sadly underutilized, but was saddled with a rip-off gimmick, Renegade.
Okay.
The WCW version of the Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh.
He had a prior gimmick that would have worked, like Rio, Lord of the Jungle, when he was wrestling in Japan. That would have worked, but unfortunately he offed himself. Mixed Jungle Jim Steele. that was another underrated talent from WCW. I remember, but then again, it was kind of like the WCW version of Jimmy Snuka. So, what you will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Jim Steele actually is also wrestled as a human version, as a live action version of Wolf Hawkfield.
Oh,
Virtual
fighter? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ah, really?
Yeah. But again, with that whole invasion angle, some underrated talent, but no. You just had to also at that one time WWF switched to WCW for the night. Instead of Paul Heyman and Jim Ross, you got Arn Anderson and Scott Hudson, who was real nice to actually see back, by the way. Announcing the match between Booker T and Buff Bagwell. Although I never really liked his Buff Bagwell gimmick. I liked him better when he was Marcus Alexander Bagwell, when he was teaming up with the likes of Too Cold Scorpio and the Patriot. Okay, American males, I don't know. Wrestling Calvin Klein models hasn't aged pretty well. Poor Bagwell. He and Booker T got like booed out of the building.
Yeah.
Was that when WCW took over the main event from Monday Night Raw at the the tail end of July?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
With regards to women with the invasion or the alliance, as they came to be called, I'm like, just call yourselves WCW and have done with it.
You wouldn't call themselves that because ECW joined in their ranks.
Exactly.
That's the only thing I find illogical about it. ECW was pretty much against WCW like the WWF was. That's just formed all sorts of illogic.
I think the only notable women that came over from either promotion was Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this. This is not a knock against the two of them respectively, but they really couldn't sell the heel roles per se, because particularly with Stacey, I don't know what it is, but she can't sell the heel part of it. It just came off as being forced. I mean, if you look at, some of the female wrestlers, which we have to include Stephanie in this because she is a former women's champion. Stephanie could sell the heel role and get nuclear heat. Trish, before the invasion, was a decent, competent heel. Jacqueline, back in the day, could be a competent heel. And even...
Luna Vachon.
And also...
Let's not forget Luna Vachon.
And also Ivory became a major nuclear heel when she joined... And I really don't want to say this group's name. RTC. Oh,
God. My God. What was up with that group?
Let me just say this.
You do know that actually, I was trying to say it for me.
Yeah, it was supposed to poke fun of the Parents Television Council, these conservative types that want decency and value in American television, that are against the sex, drugs, and violence that are on television. Even Seth MacFarlane is an enemy of the Parents Television Council.
Amen to that, man.
Well, let's just be said.
And of course, I think
Seth
said it best that getting like hate mail from them is like getting hate mail from Hitler.
Wow.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
They're just nasty, nasty people.
I have to say this.
That's why I hate censorship.
I have to say this. Why would the Parents Council group be concerned with shows like Raw, SmackDown, and Family Guy when they're actually airing at hours where kids are supposed to be in bed.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's questionable, to be honest. But then again, you're talking to a bunch of hypocrites over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when they had Tori come over, defecting over to WWF with Tajiri as her boyfriend, which I enjoyed it for what it was. It was kind of quirky. It was a little bit out there. And of course, Stacy joined the Dudleys as the Duchess of Dudleyville, which I don't think that lasted as long as it did, because I think before the brand extension, Bubba went and Bubba bombed her for a table. That's something you won't see too often these days. I was like, no, just no. But there were so many things they could have done right with the invasion angle. I mean, Stone Cold turning heel for the second time that year. It's like, come on,
That was
guys.
stupid, bro. Though I will
The only
admit
good
his
thing, you know what,
theme
speaking of
after it
Stone
was pretty
Cold-
cool.
Hey, guys, chill. One at a time.
Okay.
Ray, you're up first.
Ooh, my bad. Yeah, that was bad, real bad. But you gotta admit, half of his theme songs were pretty cool, especially the one he used only. I think it was called Rattlesnake After Invasion. It was dark. It was mysterious. It was like, yo, this could work. Then he started using a couple more, but his last one was okay. Bionic Redneck, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Weirdest thing is when we heard it originally, because I thought, well, this isn't Austin's, usual, theme. Whether it's by Disturbed or Jim Johnston's version, it's like, it's irrelevant. It was like, well, this is a bit odd. And I think my brother said something to the effect of, why is his theme song saying monkeys throwing, monkeys throwing, monkeys throwing? I'm like, what?
Huh?
I didn't notice that.
Me neither.
Good thing. Speaking of Austin, since you brought him up, with that whole heel turn shtick, the only good thing I remember out of that Alliance deal, about that whole invasion, was seeing Class C Freddie Blassie being there to hype up the WWF superstars.
Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, we actually did see. Well, again, Freddie Blassie is Freddie Blassie. We also see Stone Cold Steve Austin watching it over at a bar nearby.
Okay.
Only or somebody was watching it on YouTube, but
No.
again, decided to see Austin at the bar, try to mull it over. He sees the speech and he goes back to the arena.
And what made that even more symbolic, Freddie actually stood up from his wheelchair. I was like, ooh, okay. It's like, this means something.
Mm-hmm.
And Taker said something to the effect of, and this is in American Badass mode. He said, there's no shame in going and fighting, getting your ass kicked, but there's no honor in not fighting at all. And you could see with the video package, you could see at the Friendly Tap, which is owned by Timmy White, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
You could see it was slowly starting to get through to him, and eventually he starts smacking the pull cue until he eventually gets to the arena. And I've been watching wrestling for a long time. I have never seen such a one-man wrecking crew mission from one wrestler, stunning everything that was moving left, right, and center. I'm like, whoa! Now, that was a Stone Cold that everybody could get behind. The whiny, paranoid version that we got with the Alliance. I'm like, this was one of those times where I was so pro Rock, it wasn't even funny. Because between Rock and Austin, I was always a Stone Cold guy. But when
Same.
Austin was doing that really contrived heel persona, it's like, yeah, I'm going with the people on this one. Sorry, Austin. It's like, no, just no. Because, so like I said, that heel angle just did not work with him because he's one of those guys that is a heel that will never be treated properly as a heel because all the things that he did, this is long before his heel turn, everybody resonated with what he was doing because he was saying what we were all thinking. It's like, wait, he just stunned his boss, gave him the middle finger, poured beer over him for doing something he didn't like. It's like, I lived through this guy. It's like he's doing what we all want to do. But they ended it properly, but again, as we've said, they could have done that Invasion saga so much better. And I think it would have added much more drama and intrigue if the main event at Survivor Series was for both world titles on either side. Because that would have had everybody on both sides scramble. It's like, no, I want to be champion. Oh, good Lord. Would have seen Team Hell No 11 years before it should have happened.
And by the way, just letting you guys know, if you're on Cartoon Network right now, Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon is on.
I will pass.
Yeah.
The animation looks pretty decent.
I sat through WrestleMania Mystery. They owe me an hour and a half of my time back.
I'd rather watch New Japan anime, aka Tiger Mask W.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the new Tiger Mask anime that's coming up.
Yeah, it's already out. It already got like 7 episodes, I believe. So it's pretty good. You see a lot of New Japan wrestlers like Tanahashi, Okada, Makabe, Nagata. It's awesome.
Oh, speaking of WWE and animation, they've got a new animation series coming out on the network. It's called It's Story Time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wrestlers talking about some interesting stories during their careers.
And the first 4 people they're focusing on: 90s Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, 1-2-3 Kid, and Blue Blood Triple H.
Ooh.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Okay, kids, it's story time.
Only it'd be like, oh, no. I sat through Story Time on Raw. I'm not doing this on the network. No. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, but I did hear good things about Camp WWE, though.
I do like that. I saw one episode, and that was the one where McMahon actually left Camp WWE for a while, and you see like an 8-year-old version of Stone Cold just going stir crazy over that. I'm like, okay, this is different. It just shows what they can do when they actually want to be creative. It's like, well, why don't you put that creativity over on the main roster? Out the door.
Yeah. I will say, kind of making me, the way creative is doing nowadays, it kind of makes me wish for the days of their old cartoon, Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
Yeah, I do remember seeing some episode of that.
I saw one episode of it while around like 95. They even had a cartoon show back then.
The only thing wrestling related I like is when Stone Cold was on Celebrity Deathmatch.
I love that.
Oh my god. And you had special appearances for Vince McMahon, Mankind, The Undertaker in that one Halloween episode.
I remember that.
WWF/E superstar to ever appear in Celebrity Deathmatch, the late great Joni Lawler, aka China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she took on Albert Einstein.
Yes. Oh my god, that match was funny.
The one I like,
Yeah, brains on.
the one I like that Mick Foley.
I still remember like why. Like, oh yeah, one attack caused China's boobs to flames. Like, my breasts! You idiot! That cost me $5,000 each.
The one I like from Mick Foley, because I think this was summer 2000, maybe early 2001, where he took on Hemingway.
That was
He
a good
goes
one.
in comments saying,
Ernest Hemingway.
yeah, he goes, beating Hemingway would probably be a step down from winning my first world title, and yet several steps above teaming up with Al Snow.
Oh god!
Wow.
Al Snow was like used.
The cruelest gag he's ever done on Al Snow, I think, was leading up to Christmas '99, and there's this very home video style of Mick Foley opening up a Christmas present as Santa. Says, and he's opening up with an old video cassette sleeve. Says, "All the best of Al Snow. I can't wait to watch this." Oh wait, there is no such thing.
Oh man.
Oh, cruel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did notice.
unless it has matches from Smoky Mountain Wrestling, I can understand.
I did notice the other day. The other
We
weekend,
never even mentioned the factor of Dana Brooke tonight.
What the?
the hell?
You
Huh?
just played something?
I don't know.
Oh wait, that was me. Sorry about that. I'm watching preview the panel of
Okay.
Survivor Series.
Okay.
Oh,
I did
yeah.
notice.
I
I did notice
I
a
heard.
couple of weeks ago on SmackDown they actually had Mojo Rawley put a head cheese on top of Zack Ryder. I'm like, I know where you stole this from. Al Snow Blackman.
Head cheese. Oh God, I remember head cheese.
Do you remember, you remember WrestleMania 16? They actually had a mascot, Chester McCheesyton.
Yeah, and they used that same entrance music for for when Harvey Whippleman was forced to wear the Easter Bunny outfit. So so Al
Yeah, this
Snow
is
could
also-
actually make peace with Blackman.
This is also the same guy who posed as Harvina to become the only
God
male
damn it.
women's champion.
Lord, that. Oh, and by the way, if they're actually going to bring back managers, Harvey Whippleman, at least he needs some recognition again.
Uh,
For managers again,
yeah.
if you. The only manager we have is like Paul Heyman is because Brock Lesnar goes, oh.
Well, it's because Brock is terrible at mic skills, and Paul Heyman is quite possibly the best wrestling manager there is.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk. Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
give
Paul,
a crap.
say something stupid.
I don't give a F about your family. I'm like, bruh, your savagery levels are just too much. Just zip, fight. That's it.
I think I don't really like to use Randy Savage in this context, but I love that someone did this meme pic. It goes, Savage Department, Randy speaking. Which I thought, okay,
Yes.
I see where you're going with that. Funny thing, when Stephanie was receiving the Vincent J. McMahon Award earlier this year, people were chanting, Randy Savage.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
I think they know. Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Damn. That is if the rumor was true.
We'll never know entirely, because the three people that know or know of said rumor. 2 of them aren't talking, and the other one's no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real shame because I think he was overdue to be in the Hall of Fame even when he was still alive. It's like, come on, guys. Deserves a little bit better than this.
Yeah, imagine the induction speech that Savage would do.
Oh.
He gonna go all out.
I was all like, "Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's in the Hall of Fame, yeah. There's a lot of people, a lot of think, yeah.
Can you imagine what it'll be like if it ever gets to Triple H's or Rock's acceptance speech for the Hall of Fame?
Oh man.
Yeah, that'll be great. It's all like, it doesn't matter what you think, because The Rock is in the Hall of Fame. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
I do agree with Jericho's edict that if somebody in the audience is chanting "what" when he goes to get inducted, he will walk up to them and slap them across the face saying, you can do what you want on Raw, SmackDown, or a pay-per-view, but when you're at a hallowed ceremony where people that have died or been injured doing what they do, and this is their night for one last moment in the spotlight to be recognized, like, no, you do not get the right to do that.
Exactly.
I don't agree with everything Jericho says, but on that occasion, it's like, no, the man's absolutely right. There's just some things you just don't do. Even though the guy blocked me on Twitter, but that's another story.
Oh, man, here we go again.
I'm not going to go anywhere too much with that. I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
Oni was surprised by that. He's like, wait, he blocked you? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, I was like, what did you do? It's like, I don't know. I just spoke my mind.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did it just to get heel heat, in character.
Yeah, that in retrospect probably was for that, but I don't know. I think we'll call it time here, guys. We've done what we needed to do.
Yeah, we've gone so
because
long.
in like an hour.
We've gone so long.
Wait,
this has been the
Survivor Series
longest
is on
time
at
I
7
ever time.
o'clock, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is now going to be the new format for the Big Four.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get to my neighbor's house to watch Survivor Series in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Crow responded, whatever happens tonight, no matter what, one thing is for certain. This weekend was glorious.
Yes, it was.
Glorious! I will give in till I'm victorious.
Indeed.
I will
The
be
impression they're trying to make Bobby Roode this generation.
that choir?
I
Yeah,
know
the
that.
impression- it was so good.
Yeah. And of course, we have to still give our congratulations to Ciampa and Gargano for becoming the new NXT champions.
Once again, well deserved.
Yeah, and of course, in the not sure if it's well-deserved department, we also have to congratulate the authors of Pain, Paul Ellering's new tandem.
Oh, yeah.
Becoming
You guys are legit.
the new holders of the Dusty Cup.
Do you get the impression with Bobby Roode they're trying to make him this generation's version of Ric Flair?
I can see that.
No.
That's an interesting question, seeing as how he was part of that Ric Flair's faction in TNA.
Oh yeah, Fortune.
Yeah.
Oh, Fortune. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and of course, we also have to congratulate Samoa Joe on becoming NXT champion again.
Man, you should have heard the audience. They were like, it was Nakamura losing was their equivalent to Undertaker being 21-1. It was insane. But in a way, I wasn't mad about that. I mean, Nakamura has taken many L's in the past, but he'll come back strong. And what Samoa Joe did to him when he Yuri Nagi'd him on the steel steps, oh man. There's a side of Nakamura you didn't want to see when one NXT he just destroyed the guards. Do you have any idea what he will do if he get that title back? Yeah.
Ooh.
I like Joe.
Ooh.
I really do. I love his strong style / King's Road style. But you do not piss off the king of strong style.
Nope.
Indeed. And I have seen, I think I did see Shinsuke Nakamura once in ROH while I was in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even more impressed with his moveset. And not to mention his attitude and his demeanor. More like this cool, laid back, but will still kick your ass any chance he gets.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw him in Ring of Honor War of the Worlds against Kevin Steen / Owens. I was like, okay, who's these guys? Like, oh, he hurts. He hurts
Yeah.
badly. Oh man.
Yeah, ask Austin Aries about what happened when he got face to face with Kinshasa.
Oh, I have seen the photos. I have seen the photos. Oh my god.
That eye injury was so nasty, man.
I feel his pain because
That's
I
the
went through
nastiest fucking eye injury ever.
Yeah.
I feel his pain, man. I went through one like that when I did Muay Thai, but not as
Ditto.
bad as Aries' eye. Oh my god.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Right here by a softball during softball practice. I'm still waiting for
I still
my
have-
purple niche.
Dude.
Still waiting for my purple heart.
Yeah.
I still have stitches from my right eye, man. I'm still trying to get those out.
Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't even bleed
Yeah.
when I got beaten in the eye.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Same with me. I got some from above my eye back when I was a kid.
Ooh.
Ouchies.
Yeah.
Sports related injuries, they hurt.
They do.
Also,
they
I got
hurt
hit,
like hell.
I got hit by a steel baseball bat.
Ooh.
I was a kid. Yeah, luckily I didn't bleed.
I didn't bleed when I got beaten by a softball.
Ooh.
And remind you, softballs are a little bigger than baseballs. Football to my end, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, same.
From this Survivor Series preview panel, I have been the Knight.
It
And
is
you're
your
wrestling
oh, sorry.
with the Alon.
I have been the Shoot Savage, also known as Raiden 682.
And I have been the man of logic and common sense, the CO92.
Survivor Series is live tonight on pay-per-view and the WWE Network. And it's available for $9.99.
$9.99. Who's gonna survive? It's the Survivor Series.
Survivor Series has always been fraught with controversy. What controversy will happen tonight at Toronto?
Ooh.
Until next time, we are done.
Peace.
Adios, amigos.
Take care, everybody.